Everyone has played a video game in their life before. Whether it be on your own, with others, video games allow you to play in a way that couldn't be accomplished before video games. Multiple mediums have housed video games throughout time. The Atari 2600, the NES, the Sega Genesis, the Game Boy, the PlayStation, the Xbox, the DS, and the Wii. Some people have fallen in love with video games and have been dubbed gamers, a word you may hear a lot. Now, you might think like the older generations and say, video games are just rotting kids' minds, and why don't you read a book instead of playing that crap? However, video games are more than just a distraction. Video games are another way to do almost everything. The Wii showed us how we could use video games for exercise. In fact, we saw how they could do this before the Wii, with this weird bike thing for Super Nintendo. Esports have shown us how playing video games can become a career, like how playing sports could be a career, showing how people's skills can become impressive enough that people will pay to see it. Video games can teach us things about ourselves, a basic skill or something that would just be good knowledge to have. Games like Ace Attorney can teach the player a bit about the law system, even if it isn't accurate, while games like Brain Age are designed to educate and improve your thinking. Brain Age is like Wii Fit, but for your mind. Video games can also be a way to express creativity, with games like Mario Maker, Minecraft, and Lego Worlds. These games are about doing one thing: making. These games were designed to be outlets for creativity. In fact, games themselves are outlets of creativity. And one game proves this: Toby Fox's Undertale. To explain Undertale, you need a background. In gaming, there are many genres of games, like movies and songs. The one we are going to look at are known as RPGs, or role-playing games. These games task the player to go out on an adventure and kill enemies in turn-based battles. And these games are normally made by massive studios with the best graphics and orchestrated music galore to make the adventure feel amazing. However, Toby Fox went on to make one all by himself and made half of the game all on his own. He created each song for the game on his own with a free software and wrote almost every line of code on his own. He wrote a video game not about killing the bad guy, but about how you can choose if you want to kill the bad guy, and what the consequences are about saving them or killing them. This became a revolutionary game and sold more than hotcakes. The ability to choose made people want to choose. They wanted to make their own unique path. They wanted to be creative with how they played. If you look at it, I guess you could say video games are an outlet for creativity, the same way books and movies are. A big studio can make a stunning game that looks great, but is dull and feels empty. While a single man can make a game that looks alright, but is amazing to play, and has a great story, like a movie again. I think the only problem older generations have with video games is that they simply don't understand them. Or do they? Think about how many times retirement homes had a Wii. How many times did grandma come over to play some bowling with the kiddos? Couldn't the whole family talk about their favorite game on Wii Sports? Because gaming does one last thing. It brings people together. It unites people from far and wide. Gaming lets you become friends with people you never would have met in person. If it wasn't for a headset and game chat, I probably wouldn't have met some of my greatest digital friends. I probably would have lived my life without knowing there are people I could connect with who live in another country. I probably wouldn't even understand why time zones suck. People connected this way can feel a little more whole. Perhaps it could give them a new view on life. Now let me ask you, can a book do that, Grandpa? Hey Alexa, execute Order 66.
Yes, my lord. Hold on. I'm not a clone trooper.